The Perfect Paintball Party by Ryland Blanford. Hey, have you ever went paintballing before? I remember the time I went paintballing. The drive to Princeton was long, but it was worth it. We stopped at a gas station to get snacks and drinks for when we got there. There were 7 of us, so the teams were not balanced, but besides that, I was excited. Once we got there, we all got out of the van and went into a building. There was a guy that said he would be willing to play with us so the teams were even. We watched rules on the TV screen and signed papers. Once we got our guns and masks checked, we walked onto the first map. The map was well sized and it had locations to hide from other paintballers. There was a couple of bushes, 3 barriers, a log cabin as the other team's base, and the woods as a flank advantage from our team. Once my team discussed our team plan, we gave the ref a thumbs up and he counted down. 3, 2, 1, go! The ref shouted as 2 of my teammates rushed into the woods. Meanwhile, my friend and I used the barriers and bushes to our advantage. The enemy team could easily win because they had more cover, they had the higher ground, and they had a pro player. With all this advantage, they had a good chance of winning. I didn't even think we'd ever win. 5 minutes had passed and no one was hit yet on either of the teams. That's when I decided to go into the woods for some better cover. Those barriers were not working out. I entered the woods and found my 2 other teammates, Chad and Trent, firing away at the enemy team. I told them to come out of the woods and come over and help. At this point, we've shot 1 person on the other team. We were firing away when my friend Trent got hit in the arm and the mask. This is the time when my team started pushing forward. It was even with 3-3 team members still on each of the 2 teams. We spotted the other team when we all ducked into cover. I went behind one of the bushes that had a barrier in front of it. Whenever we saw the enemy team, I noticed there were only 2 people there. Either the other person got hit or he surrendered. I heard rustling in the woods behind me. I turned my head whenever I felt something hit my side. It felt like a bee had stung me. I looked down and saw a mark of yellow bigger than a quarter on my side. Before I could raise my hand to clarify that I was out, I felt the same feeling hit my foot. This is when I raised my hand even higher and shouted that I was out. I walked off the map and back to the table where we go when we finish a game. I sat down and looked at where I got hit. It looked like a big bruise was forming there. My friend told me that now I have something to brag about at school on Monday. A few minutes passed when the rest of my friends came back. Our team had won that game. The trip was cut short due to a storm, but I had fun anyway. That was the most fun paintball experience I've ever had.